How are we doing today, YouTube? Don Stratton Jr. here again, and today I've got a much more structured video than normal. Today I'm going to give you the top 3 sales tips to get more productivity out of your team. All right? We've got 3 things that most sales managers goof up. First and foremost, everybody knows me. If you've seen my videos, you already know that this part's coming. The very first tip that you've got, the best way to increase your sales immediately, stay positive. You've got to stay positive. Look, psychology will tell you that your brain will consistently work towards the strongest and newest thought in it. So, if your morning sales meeting consists of you can do better than this, you can do better than this, you screwed this up and this up yesterday, you shouldn't be getting these kind of numbers, you need to call more. If this is the way your meetings are going, you lose. Okay? You lose. There are ways to hold people accountable without having to be negative about it. That's something you need to learn. Get a hold of me. I teach that in my entire program. That's one of the biggest parts of it. I will teach your sales team how to sell more. You've got to learn from me as well how to keep them motivated and keep them selling more. It's a process. This isn't something that I can come in a couple of hours, spend a day with you, and from now on everything's good. You've got to be able to continue it. Either way, you've got to stay positive. Instead of coming down on, I know you can do better than that, your numbers aren't as high as they should be. Instead of going at it like that, why don't you change it around a little bit and say, hey, look, I'm seeing the effort that you're putting in, but I know you can do better. So here's what I'd like you to get up to. You just put in their mind, they can do better. You've taken, you're not getting enough, which then puts in their mind, I'm not good enough. And you've turned it around to, you can do better. And I promise you, you'll see the difference. If you can start looking at things in that way, use it everywhere. In all of your life, it'll make a positive difference. But especially in your sales team, if you're wanting to see an increase in productivity, you better start getting positive about it. You can't come down on people, put negativity into their mind, and then expect them to not project that onto the next customer they talk to. Whether it be on the sales floor, face-to-face, in a phone call, or knocking on the door. No matter how it is that you're talking to your prospects, even in Messenger, just typing through an email, they're going to feel it. They're going to know it. All right, you've got to stay positive. Keep it upbeat. All right, it doesn't take that much effort. It's not that difficult to do, and there are very few things that you can tell me that I cannot reword in a positive way for you. So if you're having trouble with that, put down in the comments any of them that you want me to give you an explanation to, and I will happily do so. All right, please, I challenge you, bring it to me. All right, I will find a way to take almost any complaint, any negative structure, any disciplinary action, and I can turn it into a positive way of saying the exact same thing to get you better results. This works with your kids. This works with your spouse. This works at home. This works with your friends. It works everywhere. This is life. It's psychology. You feed somebody positive, positive comes back every single time. Works for yourself too. Change up the way you're thinking. Change up the way you think of yourself. Turn it into a positive. Promise you'll see the difference. So with your sales team, find a way to structure your criticisms, to structure your accountability calls in a positive manner. Lift them up and let them know they're going to be better today for it. And they'll be thinking, I'm going to do better today. Watch, and they will. Almost every single time. If they don't, you might want to look at some of the other structures in your sales. Tip number 2, follow your script. Okay? Almost every sales company out there has a script. Whether it be something they want you to read out word for word, like I have seen some telemarketing companies do, or whether it's a set of questions that you need to get somebody in person to answer for you. That's your script. Okay? Some people just have a generalization of make sure you get this kind of information, talk to people. Fine. Whatever it is, follow your script. Teach your script to your group in a positive way. Talk it up. All right, there are a lot of people out there that they sit down, they see a script, and they're instantly, oh, good Lord, this is so cheesy. They want me to say, I'm going to sound like an idiot. They're already convincing themselves that they're wrong. When they go into a call with that mindset, I guarantee you, the person on the other line feels it. You always project how you are feeling and what you believe about what you are selling onto the person you're selling to, the person you are talking to. Always, 100%, no way out of it. It is human psychology. It is the way our minds work. If you go into the call thinking what you've got to say is stupid, sure enough, it's going to come across stupid. It's going to come across wrong. You're not going to sound genuine at all. They're going to read that. They're going to understand that and hear it. If you go out and knock on a door and you've got your survey here and you think these questions are fucking pointless. All right, so sir, let me know. I'm sorry to have to ask, but they want it. You're defeating yourself. You've got to talk your script up. If you are going to manage a sales team, you have got to be able to show, explain, and lift your script to your team. It's not difficult. Look, most of these sales scripts have been written and put together and refined and altered here and there and perfected over the years to where they are what they are today. They are what they are today because it works. If you want to be successful selling this product, selling in this company, setting appointments for this particular person, this script is the way to do it. We have proven it. Follow the footsteps of the successful people that have been here before you, and you will be every bit as successful as they were. And this right here is exactly how they did it. This right here, this is your ticket to success. This is how you win. Sit down, memorize that script, get good at it, keep it with you for reference, and know that the people that put this together, they built this company. They made us successful. Follow in their footsteps, and man, there's no limit to how high you can go. Start teaching your people about your script like that. I promise you it helps. Tip number 3, and probably the second most important one, honestly, but you need to know your script first. You've got to stay positive about it, and then you've got to practice. Role play. Please. Make it fun. Make it interactive. Stay positive with it. But you should be doing role-playing sessions with every single one of your employees at your morning sales meeting. Now, if you run a massive team, one person running a massive team of, 25, 30 people, I get why you might not have time to do so every single time. In that case, get you I'm losing my mind now. An objection ball. Get you an objection ball. Throw around an objection ball and let whoever gets it give the rebuttal that they've been taught. That's a quick way to go around a room and get everybody involved. Okay? You could have them draw an objection as they walk in the door for the meeting. Fine. Everybody gets a different one each meeting. Everybody gets a different turn to try to spread that out. There are ways to get this done. But if you've got a small enough team, please forgive my dog. My son's girlfriend's coming in the house, and he likes to talk. He's a big, 130-pound Malamute, and he definitely likes to talk a lot. So you've got to practice. You've got to role play. You can't hand somebody a script and say, here, follow this script right here. It'll make you rich. Go. And expect them to be able to sit down and read it in a way that's going to be, any type of natural talking to somebody. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work. You got to practice. You have got to sit down, role play with these folks. Give them objections based on their skill level at first. Okay, you got to be realistic, but don't come at the employee who's been there 2 days with the hardest objection to overcome that you hear, for your company. Get to the ones that you hear most often, the ones that are the easiest to work through. Get to all of them eventually, but you've got to start off slow. You can't go sit down with a new person and then just drill them into the floor and expect them to come away with a positive outlook. You got to stay positive with it. You got to stay upbeat with it. When somebody gets something off, you can't come down on them. I can't stress that enough, how many times I've seen sales managers who are in the midst of a role play. They're watching two employees, go through it, and the salesperson playing the sales at that particular point in time does not respond to a rebuttal quick enough with the right verbiage, or maybe stutter steps a little bit because they don't quite remember exactly what they're supposed to say. And a sales manager will jump in. Now, come on, you should know this by now. We've been over this. Why don't you have this yet? Lost. Right there. You're done. Okay. That gentleman, that woman, that salesperson right there, they're not going to do squat for the rest of the day. Okay. They're not. Pardon me. Unless they are one of your absolute best salespeople and they have the right PMI for themselves, or PMA, pardon me, positive mental attitude, positive mental image, PMI. Either way, if they've got that on their own, they might be able to recover from that. But if you've got anybody that's even partially lacking, pardon me, has just a little bit of self-doubt, or somebody who's new, you're going to destroy their chances of success for that day. At bare minimum that day. And if you continue to compound it, it's going to get worse. You've got to role play. You've got to work with people. You've got to keep all three of these. Well, positivity, obviously, number one. It's going to be positive. You got to stay positive. You got to integrate that into these other two. Work your script. Keep it positive. Role play. Work with your people. Go over rebuttals with them. Teach them how to respond to certain things. I'm telling you, you ask any successful salesperson, and I guarantee you they will tell you that role-playing and practicing their scripts and rebuttals is one of the key factors to their success. Every single stinking time. It's very, very rare that you come across somebody who is so natural that they can take a script, read through it, and tomorrow come back and be ready to just go. Doesn't happen often. All right, it can happen, has happened, doesn't happen often. You've got to practice. You have got to role play. You've got to make sure that the objections are smoothly transitioned into. And you can't get smooth with them if you don't practice them. And you don't want your salespeople practicing on prospects, because that just burns sales for no reason whatsoever. Would you rather take an extra 20 minutes in the morning to sit down, have a role play with your employees, help them to refine their rebuttals and their verbiage and the way they're saying things in a positive way that increases their self-worth in your eyes, in their eyes, that helps them to see, I'm better because of this. This is going to be a great day. And watch your sales go up? Or would you rather take your team, have them walk in the door, sit them down at the phones and say, read your script, go. Which way do you think is going to do better? Doesn't take a whole lot of thinking, folks. It really doesn't. And sometimes as sales managers, as trainers, we don't even realize some of the negativity that we're putting out. All right, that's one of the first things I do when I'm brought into a company, is to sit down through a couple of hours of their training. I need to see how is their trainer reacting. How is their trainer interacting? You gotta find where those pieces are and refine them. Tweak them a little bit. You can take the exact same accountability and say it in a positive way. So stay positive. Keep an eye out on things. Keep coming back and checking me out. We're moving up. We're coming. I've got a couple of neat little tidbits that we're going to go into tomorrow. My next video is going to expand more on my experience and where I'm at. But for now, get my free ebook, Expose Your Secrets, okay? Grab that, read it, get to know it. These are 5 tips, 5 very important things that you need to know to become successful, okay? These are things that I have taken from Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Grant Cardone, Sifu, Dan Lok, all of these different sales pieces, and I've put together and condensed these things that they all teach in their own way, and I put into a more condensed format. Get the book, read through it. Please comment below what you think of it. All right? Let me know if you think something's completely off. Let me know if you enjoyed something out of it. Man, please, I love the feedback. I love the interaction, and I'm human. I can be taught. Maybe there's something you can show me how to do in a different manner that'll work better. I'm definitely willing to hear it. So, get the book, read through it, keep coming back and following me, watch my progress, watch as I grow into the business that I'm building, and add me on Facebook, add me on Instagram, keep up with me, let's chat, all right? I'm very much enjoying this, folks. You guys have yourself a great day, stay positive, and keep smiling.